I'm Bridget. I work with the Greensboro Fire Department and I do 24-hour shift investigations. All right, my day-to-day, I come in, I relieve the last shift investigator. I check my truck, I put my gear on my truck. Of course, I go in and check emails, things like that. Wait for a call to come in. We ride structure fires and vehicle fires. And then once we finish those, if there's anything code enforcement wise, we handle that as well. We work with PD, ATF, and SBI. So yes, I was a fire investigator or fire inspector, and then I changed over to fire investigator. My schedule was a lot different. It was Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And I have my level 3, so I got that. And then when I decided to switch and do fire investigations, I decided to do the FIT class through the OSFM. I got that, and then I worked for my NAFI and was certified in that. And then I applied and took my CFI for international, and I received that. So you have to work a lot of fires and do a lot of different things to obtain that certification, and it just takes a lot to get to that, but it's well worth it. Working hand in hand with the different agencies is a lot of fun. You get to see different things that they do. You get to meet new people. You know, working with the SBI, we get to have the dogs work with us, and that is an interesting thing. All the agencies are really good to work with us. We work with GPD rather well. We have a detective that is basically assigned to our unit that deals with us on criminal charge side. And then of course riding with all the guys on shift on the fire side, they're really good about taking care of us and doing overhaul with us and assisting in the investigation. Working a fire and having a lot of patterns and a lot of different things and still having to go undetermined, it's frustrating sometimes, especially when you're working a case that you are trying so hard to make sure that you get the outcome that is deserved for that person or for a victim. And once you have to go undetermined on something, it can be very disheartening to the investigator, but at the same time, you don't give up there. You can always go back on an undetermined fire and change it if need be, if you know things come to light. But calling a fire undetermined can be frustrating sometimes. Things that you'll find on the investigations truck is evidence cans, a tool bag with different tools in it, from screwdrivers to wrenches and cutters. You'll also find the camera on our truck, note paper, things like that. And then of course our consent forms and unsafe building stickers that we place on structures once we have went in and conducted our investigation. We use those as well, along with some other, multi-tools. Our truck is set up in two different ways, or with two different sides I should say, a clean side and a dirty side. We keep our clean evidence cans on the exterior of our truck away from our tools. When we get to a fire scene, if we utilize the tools for evidence or just for helping dig out any kind of fire, we do not put those back in the clean area until they have been cleaned with Dawn dish detergent, dried down, and put back in place. If we're unable to do that on a scene, we do carry it back to our station and utilize our wash down there, and then replace the tools. So securing evidence, if I'm still on a fire scene, I take what evidence I have, I put it in my truck and I lock it. That way I make sure nobody messes with it or it doesn't get gone. When the fire is completely over and we finish the scene, we come back here to the fire marshal's office and we have a locked room with lockers that is temperature controlled. We have a log book, we log our evidence, we put it in a locker, we write down the temperatures, and then once that evidence is ready to be transported to the SBI, then we do so that way. Yes, so we use the SBI forensic, and we'll go in and we'll fill out their paperwork, and once all of that's filled out, we print it off. We set up a time to go to the SBI lab here in Greensboro. We sit with them, they log our evidence, and then once it's logged, we sign for that, and we put it in our file folder, and then when the evidence comes back, we go retrieve it, we sign for it again, so that way it's kept in the chain of custody. Once we have it back, if need be, we do transport it then to the Greensboro Police Department CSI, and they put it in their storage until it's ready for a case, if that's what it's there for.